Hello and welcome to the SAS General Foster Orientation. The goal of this training is to cover program expectations and information that is useful for foster caregivers. Why foster? Fostering saves lives. It frees up shelter space and gives animals a safe space to decompress. Reduce stress. Pets relax in a home and show their true personalities. It helps them get adopted. Fosters provide photos, updates, and behavior notes that speed up adoption. Companionship. Enjoy the love and the fun of having a pet without the lifelong commitment. Flexibility and support. Short term and long term options are available for foster. The shelter provides supplies and guidance. It feels rewarding. You can see an animal thrive and help them find their perfect home. Who needs fostering the most? There may be a multitude of different reasons why an animal needs fostering. The ones with the highest needs are listed below. Animals with long lengths of stay at the shelter, that's 14 days or more. Animals exhibiting shelter stress, and animals with specific behavior or medical needs, young and senior animals, court case animals, and safekeeping animals. A note on shelter stress. Shelter stress, or kennel stress, is the fear, anxiety, and frustration animals experience in a shelter due to confinement, noise, strange smells, and lack of routine. This can lead to behaviors such as excessive barking, pacing, destructiveness, or becoming withdrawn or shut down. This can negatively impact an animal's adaptability by masking their true personality, making them seem aggressive or fearful when they may not be. Animal stages and definitions. We use several stages in our shelter management system to define where each animal is in their shelter journey. Available animals. Any animal that is publicly available and adoptable. Stray hold animals. These are animals not yet made available for adoption. Stray animals are placed on a hold for either 3 days if there is no known owner, or 6 days if there is a known owner. If the owner is not able to be found, SAS will gain ownership of that animal, and it will be placed up for adoption. Foster parents may need to return stray animals on short notice to reunite them with their owner. Case animals. These animals are on hold and unavailable to the public during their time in SAS's care. They have pending or ongoing court cases that must resolve prior to permanent placement. The animal may be in SAS's care from weeks to years depending on circumstances. It is possible that a pet will be returned to the original owner when the case is closed. Safekeeping animals. These pets are in need of temporary foster placements while their families navigate crisis. There's not a definitive timeline for this program, but usually we are able to offer 2 to 4 weeks of safekeeping. The goal is to reunite these pets with their families at the end of the safekeeping period. A quick note on court case and safekeeping foster. Foster caregivers will need to sign a contract that prohibits them from discussing details of the court case or safekeeping with anyone but staff and from posting about that animal on social media. SAS Foster Expectations. Communication and engagement. We expect fosters to communicate effectively and promptly with SAS staff, volunteers, and potential adopters. Provide weekly or biweekly updates and new photos. Coordinate early with your team lead for foster sitting or transfer needs. Attend meet and greets and bring your pet to adoption events. Advocate for and promote your foster animal. Animal care, health, and safety. We expect fosters to provide a humane, safe, and loving home for their foster pet, report illness, injury, loss, or death immediately to SAS staff, report aggression or sudden behavior changes immediately. Bites breaking the skin must be reported. Contact SAS anytime you have concern about health, safety, or behavior. Foster dogs are not allowed off leash, including dog parks, and cats and critters are not allowed outside. Fostering length requirements. There is no minimum commitment required to foster. Short-term fosters typically last anywhere from 2 days to 2 weeks, while long-term fosters can last several weeks or months depending on the animal's need or stage. Supplies. SAS will provide any basic supplies that are required to foster while supplies last. It is appreciated when fosters purchase supplies, but it is not required. SAS is dedicated to making fostering accessible to all. Fostering should never be a financial burden to the foster caregiver. The lists provided on this slide are recommended supplies by species. Please take a minute to look these over. Medical information. All veterinary care is performed through the shelter unless you are explicitly directed otherwise. Outside of emergencies, please do not take your foster pet to an outside veterinarian. Intakes. All animals receive an intake prior to joining general population. Cats and dogs receive microchips, rabies vaccines if appropriate, flea control, and a dewormer medication, along with species-specific vaccinations. For cats, that is the FVRCP vaccination, and for dogs, they get Bordetella and the DAPP vaccination. Other intake information for critters is specific to their individual species. Booster vaccination appointments. Booster vaccinations must be given 2 to 4 weeks after initial vaccination. Refer to your foster pet's medical information for revaccination dates. Schedule a foster vet tech appointment through Clinic HQ. Spay and neuter. Cats, dogs, and rabbits must be spayed and neutered prior to adoption. An animal should have a spay and neuter date prior to going home with a foster caregiver. Medication. Flea and tick prevention can be picked up at the shelter in the foster med pickup area downstairs monthly. Prescription refills should be requested ahead of time by emailing sasvet@seattle.gov. Please do not start, stop, or alter your foster's medications unless instructed to do so by the vet team. Medical concerns. For non-urgent medical concerns, please use the telehealth platform Petriage. Vet staffs will respond to your consult request within 24 to 48 hours. Some examples of what you might put in a Petriage ticket for include kennel cough or other URI symptoms, limping, inappetence, or change in stool. For life-threatening medical emergencies, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, we have vets on site. Please call our veterinary services line at 206-386-4260. For overnight and weekend emergencies, please contact one of our ER partners listed on the left. You do not need permission to seek emergency care for a foster animal. Please provide the animal's ID number to the clinic staff. For information on common medical conditions and symptoms, please visit veterinarypartners.com. Animal and behavior reporting. Seattle Animal Shelter follows a positive-only reinforcement approach to training and behavior modification. We do not permit the use of punishment-based, adversive, or balanced training methods. The use of e-collars, prong collars, choke chains, and any corrective, punitive tools or techniques are strictly prohibited for all foster animals. Our goal is to ensure every animal learns in a safe, humane, and fear-free environment that supports their well-being and long-term success. So what behaviors do you report? You can report new behaviors, escalating behaviors, concerning behaviors such as aggression, reactivity, fear, jumpy mouthiness, resource guarding, and more. Progress or milestones. So, if an animal learns a new cue or has improved socialization or behaviors, please let us know. And then, of course, let us know about adorable behaviors. Where do you report? You can email SAS Behavior at seattle.gov and include SAS Foster at seattle.gov and fill out the behavior monitoring form under Digital Cheetah's resource tab. Tips for effective behavior reporting. Stay objective, avoid labeling animals, use descriptive language, note both positive and challenging behaviors, and be consistent. Matchmaking and picking up your foster. Matchmaking. Check the foster need board regularly. Be open-minded. If the foster animal you wanted is not a good fit, that's okay. We want to pair you with an animal that best matches your experience and comfort level. Email the foster team if you have any questions or if you see an animal that you're interested in fostering. Picking up your foster. Once you have a confirmation email with your appointment date and time, please come to the shelter. If you are picking up on a Monday or before open hours, which are 1 to 5 p.m. daily, or this is by appointment only. The front door will be locked during this time, so please ring the bell at the main lobby entrance by the lower parking lot. Picking up on a Tuesday, picking up Tuesday through Sunday during open hours. You can enter the main lobby, the door will be unlocked, and check in at the kiosk via Waitwhile when you arrive. Drop in. For dogs and critters only, foster parents may stop in during open hours to pick up a foster without an appointment. Reminders: bring a photo ID, bring a carrier, specifically for cats or critters, or a clip leash for dogs. SAS can provide these items if you need one. Prepare your car with a blanket to protect it. There may be a wait time, and we appreciate your patience. And have your foster space set up in advance if possible. The first week. Many animals find the shelter to be stressful, and it may take days or even weeks for your foster animal to decompress and to begin to feel comfortable in their new environment. The following are some tips and tricks for your first week. Establish a routine. Animals crave predictability. Stick to the same times when feeding, giving enrichment, walking, training, and departing your home. Provide a private spot for your fosters. Animals, like people, need time to themselves and like to have a spot for themselves. Limit new interactions. In the beginning, keep your new foster animal's world relatively small with a discrete number of positive, controlled interactions. They're learning the routine and building a relationship with you. Begin positive reinforcement training. Begin training exercises early to help establish a good relationship and communication with your foster animal. Introduce resident animals properly to minimize stress. Remember that many animals may like certain animals and not others. After all, do you like everyone you meet? Please have a plan on how you plan to keep your foster animals separate from your resident pets while you slowly introduce. Body language. Since animals communicate with the slightest of body movements, you'll need to learn your foster's body language. Let your foster initiate interaction. Never force an interaction. Use food as a motivation to let your foster pet come to you. Seek help and ask questions. We want to support you and your foster animal, so please don't hesitate to reach out. And lastly, have fun. Playing, feeding, and interacting with your new foster builds a bond, and you can help them burn off some of that nervous energy. Marketing your foster pet. The most impactful thing you can do to help your foster pet get adopted is posting and creating content for your foster. Regularly take and send photos of your foster and submit them using the form in Digital Cheetah under the Resource tab. Some of the following are some guidelines that we like SAS fosters to follow. Don't use stop language. Example, not potty trained, choose furniture, high energy. This type of information is not for adoption count, is not for meet and greets, but is for adoption counseling. Stop language. Stop language refers to words or phrases that trigger a negative psychological reaction in potential adopters. Again, when marketing a pet, think of it kind of like a dating profile. You want to put all of your good things forward to get, that first meet or match with somebody. 2, be accessible. The faster you plop a foster down in front of a potential adopter, the better. Be creative. Don't be afraid to try new things. Be everywhere. Post every place that will let you. The more sites, digital and physical, that display your foster's face, the closer you are to the right match. Social media. Posting your foster pet publicly on social media and tagging at Seattle Animal Shelter or inviting the shelter to collaborate on posts is a great way to spread interest about your foster. The adoption process. A quick note, we love when fosters end up adopting their foster animals. If you want to adopt, we want to we want you to have the first opportunity to adopt whenever possible. Please let us know right away. My foster has an inquiry. Now what? SAS does not use paper applications. The adoption process is done all through conversations, both documented and undocumented. Adoption counseling is conducted by SAS staff members, always. SAS staff will counsel adopters on specific needs or concerns, especially medical and behavioral. They will also be able to answer any questions that the potential adopter may have about caring for a pet. Foster caregivers' main job is to advocate for the animal in their care and facilitate their animals' meeting potential adopters. We do not hold animals. PAs have 48 hours to meet the animal before moving on to the next PA in line. We are first come, first serve. If a PA wants to adopt after meeting a foster animal, ask them to go into the shelter during open hours from 1 to 5 to complete the paperwork. The shelter is open every day except for Monday. Finally, next steps. Finish completing the items on your species-specific checklist on Digital Cheetah. Gather supplies and prepare your foster space. Check our foster need board and check your group share group on Digital Cheetah for more learning opportunities. And email us to get paired up with your first foster. Thank you